Hi, welcome. This is a little in-depth video about the book that I showcased in my previous video about my journaling system. So I'd like to talk a little bit more about this project because I've really not said anything about it and I've been working on it for a while. So this is just basically a video about the creative journey, about the challenge of writing a novel as I am still doing that. And I hope that it either inspires you to keep going with one of your projects or to pick up a new project and to maybe start writing. And it will also help you to get to know me a little bit more. So, welcome. My name is Capucine. I'm French and I'm writing this book in English. This is my first novel. This is a project that I started in March last year of 2024, and it's my first completed novel, although I'm still in for a few more drafts. But it's the first time that I finished a story. I've started so many, and I've done so much writing, but it's the first time that I finished something. And I'm so excited, and I really enjoyed it, and this is my presentation of it. So I started writing very early on. The minute I was 6 and I learned how to read and write, I was on. I actually have a photo of me at my Christmas, where my grandparents got me a typewriter, and I'm so young, and you can see that I am not going to take my eyes off of it. I really could not stop. Whether it was from the age of 7, writing little newspapers, I was selling subscription to my self-created newspaper all around, and I did this for years, where every month I had a whole new issue of my newspaper, and it was first handwritten, then I discovered Word, then I discovered the fact that I could print multiple times something, and I just kept on creating. Then I started writing novels, and I never finished them, but it was always about someone becoming friends with an animal, always a little girl becoming a friend with a lion or a tiger, and then their adventures that they had. And I've been an avid reader as well. I've just read so much, and I will keep on reading my entire life, and writing just felt really great. I was part of the creating team of the newspaper of my high school. I also went on to study journalism at university in the UK and did many internships and worked for many magazines or press agency. And you could still read my articles if you type in my full name. And most of them are down because they're 13 years old. But I really enjoy the act of reporting, of researching and bringing back news to everybody. And this YouTube is kind of the evolution of this. I also had a newsletter called Copy's Copy, where I explored different themes every week, and that's actually how I started my ongoing newsletter. And I'm actively pursuing sharing my writing more and more with my new project called l'Alpha, and it's on Substack. You could check this out and, I don't know, help me in this courageous exploration of the psyche and emotions. I have a Scorpio Mercury. My Mercury is in Scorpio. My Sun is in Scorpio. My Pluto is in Scorpio. I really love exploring the depth, and it's not always easy, and it really challenges me, but I'm actively going to keep on pursuing this, and even if it feels very vulnerable. So what is Bloom about? It's a story of a young woman who is working day in, day out to make ends meet. She's a deliverer, and she's in a city where she hasn't really found her kin. She has a lot of trauma, but is not connected to it at all. She's trying to survive day by day. So she hasn't had time to go through the journey of having reflection and holding her emotions, her memories, and trying to go past what has happened to her. Suddenly, she loses her actual job. She meets a mentor and is tasked to deliver across the land a series of packages. So it means she's leaving the city and going into the land, into nature, into forests and mountains. And through that journey, she's going to meet a lot of people. She's going to meet a lot of parts of herself and energy centers and temples where she will go through the healing journey. So this actually gave me a lot. It gave me a lot to write this project. It gave me self-trust because it's really hard to write. It's super exhilarating and it's very challenging, but it's also very, very giving. So it developed a lot of self-trust because I kept showing up and I will keep on showing up. It was a mental marathon and you're always in that act of creation. Even though you're not sitting down at all times, your mind is still working out a story, an outline, the characters, you're giving birth. And because the main character holds a lot of my experiences, reflecting on them via writing them for an audience, it gave me a perspective on my own hurts and it allowed me to also go past them as she was going past them. Having a voice, sharing my truth through a fictional character, it gave me something that I never found anywhere else. That's one of the things that I really recommend. Writing healed me. Writing developed me, showed me aspects where my growth hadn't been there because I was challenging myself to be very vulnerable on the page. What I discovered about writing is that it's truly becoming a consciousness. This book, yes, now you see it physically, but before it was just, a series of notes and a document on my computer. But it feels like I gave birth. That creation gave birth to the characters and their own inner realms that are not always prepared by me. I had to give some space between January and now May. I had, reread my first draft and reflecting on all the new scenes, all the new aspects of the story that were coming to life. Now that I had the bones, I could see more clearly where the flesh needed to be added. And so taking steps away from my character actually now makes me, when I'm reworking through them, I know them more because I've spent more time with them. And so they are more multidimensional. And it's so gorgeous to allow them the space to show me who they are. Because I do have a direction in the scenes that I write, but they, the characters, they come alive on the page and they write themselves and they show me aspects of themselves that I did not prepare. So I really recommend writing. I also have new eyes upon the world. I am observing and in the present moment more and more as I witness how the sun dances on the sea, how the atmosphere or the horizon looks in different seasons. I have really allowed myself to be a writer in every aspect of my life and to write constantly or take note constantly on my phone to add to this whole universe that I've created here. I believe creation is an innate gift that we have within all of us. And for me to put myself in creation, other than, creating my videos, my YouTube, my articles, my photographs, I'm a photographer, so that's usually what I do. Other than creating all of that, to really create a whole universe is something that has given me so much, and I really recommend it. I'll be looking for beta readers soon, so if you're interested in having a peek and helping me figure out what needs more work or explanation, you can send me an email at capucinfac@gmail.com. And yeah, I'll be reaching out to you if we are a fit within the next few months. I'm so ready to share more of this with you, to share my main character with you and all of her companions. I hope that this was interesting enough, and thank you so much for listening, and Let me know in the comments if you are creating. What are you creating and how are you creating? I want to motivate you, I want to help you and lift you up, but I'm also very curious. Thank you and take care.